Hello, my friends. I have a story for you today. It is called Those Mean, Nasty, Dirty, Downright Disgusting, but Invisible Germs. So it's written by Judith Rice and it is illustrated by Merrill. And I love the cover of this book. The illustrations on the cover of this book by Merrill, I wonder what those sad looking characters are. We're going to have to open up the book and find out. Now, you might notice there's some more words down here at the bottom. This is also the title of the book. This was the title of the book. This is also the title of the book. It's in Spanish. This book has words in both English and Spanish on it. I'm only reading the English parts today. Here we go. This is Rosa. She is 5 years old. And one day when she was at school painting the most beautiful rainbow, a mean, nasty, dirty, downright disgusting, but invisible germ got on her hand. It's the kind of germ that can give you an earache. Now remember, it's invisible. We can't see it. We can't see it with just our eyes. But if you could see it, maybe it would look like this. Does that look like a sad germ that might give you an earache? It does have pretty big ears, doesn't it? Well, the next germ came along while Rosa was building a space station with wooden blocks. It was a mean, nasty, dirty, downright disgusting, but invisible germ. And it's the kind of germ that can give you a headache. Ouch. If you could see it, maybe it would look like this. It's shaped like a hammer. That's right. That could give you a headache. Ow, ow, ow. Well, while Rosa was reading the most interesting story, a mean, nasty, dirty, downright disgusting, but invisible germ got on her hand. It was the kind of germ that can give you a sore throat. Ouch. On the inside of your neck is where your throat is. If you have a sore throat, it hurts every time you swallow. Nobody likes having a sore throat. She couldn't see the germ on her hand. But maybe, if you could see it, maybe it would look like this. Look at how long the neck is on that germ. Oh, that does look like it could give you a sore throat. Well, next, Rosa was pretending to be a grown-up, and a mean, nasty, dirty, downright disgusting, but invisible germ got on her hand. It was the kind of germ that can give you a temperature, that can give you a fever. Oh, and if you could see it, maybe it would look like this. Oh, that's a hot-looking germ, isn't it? Maybe that would give you a fever. Then, last but not least, the worst, the most horrible, mean, nasty, dirty, downright disgusting, but invisible germ of all got on her hand while she was driving this truck right here to Alaska. It's the kind of germ that makes you throw up. And if you could see it, ooh, maybe it would look like this. Oh, no. Now Rosa's hands were covered in germs. Can you see the germs on her hands? Here, look closer. Can you see them? That's right. You can't see them because they're invisible. They're actually too small to see with just your eyes. Thank goodness Rosa knows what to do to get rid of the germs. Before lunch, here's what she does. She washes her hands, and you know this. That's how we get rid of the germs. It's the best way to get rid of the germs. We wash our hands with plenty of soap and water. And she couldn't hear the germs, but while she rubbed her hands together, Then she rubbed and she scrubbed and she rinsed and she rubbed. Yikes, screamed the germ that can give you an earache. And it went whirling, swirling down the drain. Foiled again, shouted the germ that can give you a headache. And it went swirling and whirling down the drain too. Whoa, cried the germ that gives you a sore throat as it went swirling and whirling down the drain. Oh no, screamed the germ that gave you a fever, and it went swirling and whirling down the drain. If you've been in my classroom, you know I tell you, please, please, please don't play with the suds in the bottom of the sink, because that's where the germs are waiting to go down the drain, and that's where they're going. But did you see? Hold on a second, we better check. I see earache and headache here. I see sore throat and fever. Did Rosa get all of the germs off her hands? She did not. Oh my goodness, that was not the end of all of those germs, because there was one last germ left behind. The worst, the most horrible, the meanest, nastiest, dirtiest, downright disgustingest, but most invisible germ of all. It makes you throw up. Oh, we don't like those ones. And it was hiding right there in the palm of Rosa's hand. How's she gonna get that one off? So here's the thing. Germs like wet places. And Rosa's hands were wet from washing. So germs like warm places, and our bodies are always warm. But being the wonderfully intelligent child that Rosa is, she knew all about what germs like. So she carefully dried her hands too. She took a paper towel and she rubbed it all over her hands to get her hands dry also. She couldn't hear it, but the germ that makes you throw up said, "I'll be back," as Rosa threw it into the wastepaper basket. She threw it into the trash. And then Rosa picked up her sandwich with her clean, germ-free hands, took a bite, and said, "Simply delicious." And even though she knew that all those mean, nasty, dirty, downright disgusting, but invisible germs would be back, Rosa felt safe and happy because she knew what you need to know. Hand washing is what gets rid of germs. And at the end, instead of just being the end, there's a whole thing here about how to wash your hands the right way. But we have that in our bathroom. In our school, we have it in our bathroom. It's a sign, and it shows us. We take the soap, and we turn on the water, and we rub. We rub the backs of our hands. We rub the insides. We rub the insides of our fingers. We rub our wrists. All of that rubbing, all of that soap gets on those germs. The soap breaks apart some of the germs. The rest of it can get slippery and slide right off your hands. And then you rinse under the water, still with the rubbing. And then, just like Rosa, you're going to take the paper towel. That's right. All right, there's one more thing I wanted to show you because this is kind of funny. Remember I told you, invisible means you can't see it. It's not visible. But they actually do know what germs look like, because if you use a microscope, you can see things that are very, 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 very small, things that are too small to see. Not unlike when we use a magnifying glass that makes things a little bit bigger so we can see them. A microscope makes things look a lot bigger. And I got a tickle out of this because when I looked up a germ that gives you an earache, this is what a germ that gives you an earache really looks like. And they're a little bit similar, aren't they? Look at how, isn't that so funny? They're kind of the same. Let's check out another one. Here we go. Ready to see a germ that makes you have a sore throat? Here's what Merrill said it should look like. There's a germ that gives you a sore throat. Look at how long and lumpy it is, just like in the picture. It's long and lumpy too. I think somebody did their research when they drew the pictures for this book. And ready for the germ that makes you throw up? There it is. It really is all big like that. Oh gosh, yuck. You don't want any of those germs on you. There's one more germ we should talk about, isn't there? Here he is. Ugh, that's the COVID-19 germ. And look, it's got all these spikes all over it. And those spikes, they like to grab on and they don't like to let go. Look at that. We have to make sure we really, really, really do our washing to get that germ off of us, right? Some of the children might want to try making their own illustration of a COVID-19 germ. You can kind of make it like the illustrator of this book did. Maybe you could put some eyes. Maybe you could put some big spikies all over it. Maybe you could use whatever colors you want to use. Give it a try and then send it back to me so I can see how you illustrated your COVID-19 germ. All right, thanks for listening.